Hi, this is Steve Smith with 2414. I want to give you just a brief update on what's going on in progress for the month of March. The first thing I want to tell you about is we've just developed our first prototype of a heat map globally that shows where we have church planting movements around the world. It's just a prototype right now, and we're still trying to clear some security issues. But one thing that we're very excited about is that you'll be able to look online and find maps that are very specific to your region to see basically where are there movements in the world that we can learn from and that we can piggyback off of. And in the months to come, you're going to hear us also talking about the importance of not just building a map of where current movements are, but we're going to be trying to build a volunteer movement of reporting of where movement engagement is currently going on, but it's not yet at movement. There are hundreds of teams and individuals around the world that are engaging unreached peoples and places with church planting movement strategies and are somewhere on that continuum from lostness to a full-blown movement. If we're going to fulfill the vision of Matthew 24:14 and the 24:14 Coalition, which is that every unreached people group and place will be engaged with an effective movement strategy by the year 2025, then we're going to have to know which groups are currently engaged and what the gap is of what remains in terms of CPM engagement. So in the months to come, you'll hear us more about encouraging individuals, networks, churches, and organizations to report in a secure way where they are currently engaging different unreached peoples and places with CPM strategies. The second area I want to report on is that our Hubs task force is close to completing an initial survey of a number of active CPM training hubs around the world. The goal is to create a connected web of training hubs globally to enable quicker, more effective training and equipping of practitioners. What we're hoping to create is a list around the world of where CPM training hubs are happening so that whether you're in your home country or are moving to a cross-cultural environment, you can find groups of people that are committed to multiplication strategies in a context where you're going to be working or living. And in this way, we can all bring each other up more rapidly to effective CPM implementation in our various locales. If you have a CPM training hub to report, or if you'd like to start one and connect to a global network, you can contact the email at the bottom of your screen. The third area is just to let you know that at the end of this month there will be an Africa cross-linking meeting, much like happened in Asia last month. You remember the Asia meeting, the participants there committed to not only engaging every unreached people in place with the CPM strategy, but they actually believe they can get fourth generation churches and beyond in each one by that same date. And there will be quite a number of nationals and some expats gathered together to say, how could we fulfill the vision of 2414 in the African region? And what's cool about this is it's movement leaders trying to figure out how to create more movements in places that they've not yet gone. So be praying for that meeting, and we'll give you a report next month about how that went. And just last, because 2414 is not an organization, but rather a coalition, one of our members thought it would be good to talk about the 2414 commitment. And what we mean by that is that anyone can join the 2414 movement if you're committed to four basic things. First, we want to reach all of the unreached, so we're committed to unreached peoples and places. But second, we want to do that through movements because we believe that church planting and disciple-making movements are the most effective biblical way to reaching a large population group that's currently unreached. Third, we feel the need to do so with urgency. That's why we've given ourselves, it's an artificial deadline, but it's one that we felt like God put on our hearts, of December 31st, 2025. Not that we have a CPM in place, but that we have all of the players in each locale to implement the right types of strategies that could lead to a church planting movement as the Spirit of God works in that context. That's the third area. But there's a fourth thing that we want to do in terms of this commitment, not just to reach the unreached and to do so through movements with urgency, but fourth, and this is the reason we're together as a coalition, to collaborate together where we are engaged and where we're not. And that way, we as a global body of Christ can make true progress toward reaching every dark corner with movement strategies similar to the book of Acts. So I would encourage you, as you're sharing the vision of 2414, as you're thinking about the 2414 vision, that you call people to make the 2414 commitment. And the 2414 commitment is simply this, that I'm committed to reaching the unreached through church planting movement efforts with urgency by 2025, and I'm going to get involved in helping others know what I'm involved with and helping to get to know what they're involved with so that we can partner together to see this happen. If you know of someone, or if you yourself are involved in this way and you've never let us know, send an email to this email at the bottom of the video so that we can begin to build a better list of individuals, networks, churches, organizations that are committed to the 2414 vision, so that we can say, by the grace of God, that the Matthew 24:14 vision is fulfilled, that this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed in the whole world as a testimony to all the peoples, and then the end will come. We want to be in that generation that finishes what other faithful people have done in the past. We want to finish the Great Commission. God bless you, and I encourage you to make that 2414 commitment.